everybody, Dylan Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thank you so much for joining me as we do another drawing comics with Dylan Distraction. This time we're going to be doing a character I created called Cyst, the Skin Grafter. A little bit more of a monster character, really fun to draw, kind of hunched over, it's got a cape. So yeah, let's jump into it, grab some pencils, grab some paper. I'm going to draw digitally and it's sped up, so feel free to pause the video if you need to see any of the details, and just going to go through the roughing process and then the penciling process, inking, flat colors, coloring with the finishes, with the highlights and the lowlights. Yeah, and again, this is for younger cartoonists, aspiring comic book creators. So if you want to kind of see how to draw a cartoony animated style version of my characters, this is the video for you. And I got a couple others in this series. So yeah, draw along. Let's have some fun because drawing comics is fun. All right, get into it. All right, my character, Cyst, the Skin Grafter. This is kind of a more monster character. He's hunched over, he's got a cape. So here I am just roughing everything out. And of course, this is all sped up, so feel free to pause the video if you need to see any of the details. I'm just trying to get a gesture drawing going with this character, and then I go back through, do a pencil layer over those blue lines, put in where his cape is, put in some of the details in his costuming and his face, some of the musculature, and that's what a penciled version of the character. And of course, this is a cartoony, sort of simplified comic book animation style. Not going for a lot of realism, just going for just kind of a fun, energetic version of this character. So then we'd go back through and do an inking layer over the pencils. And here I know where some of the musculature is. Again, you'd have to study that, look online. You can see a lot of cool anatomy books. And this is all just kind of basic shapes and forms, pretty simplified. And then I go back through and do a flatting layer. So this is the flat colors. I just go around and kind of coloring book in where I want all the big areas of color to be. So his color scheme is kind of a olive purple and a darker green, like an olive green and a darker purple. So here I'm kind of adjusting and going back and forth and deciding on a color scheme. And again, it's supposed to be kind of cartoony and fun. So that's what he looks like with the flat colors. Then I go back through on a multiply layer and a softer digital brush, and put in some of these shadows. So this is where all the shadow areas would go. Again, I want there to be shadows in the cape because it's behind him, and shadows on his head because it's kind of wrinkly. And then if I go back through and cut into the shadows with an eraser option on the digital tool, I can kind of pull out some of these highlight areas, and those just kind of make him look a little shinier, give him a little bit more detail and texture, which I think looks kind of fun. And then I'll go through on a color dodge layer. And the color dodge layer, I put in the highlights. And this really helps to make the character pop. Starts to really look like a three-dimensional cartoony illustration. So there you go. Cyst, the Skin Grafter. Thank you for drawing along with me. I really appreciate it. So that's it. That's how you draw my character, Cyst, the Skin Grafter. Thank you so much for drawing along with me. I hope you had a great time. I had a great time. And don't forget, make comics cool. Where are my sunglasses? Oh, make comics cool. These are the wrong ones. All right, see you, bye.